All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing this word with all truth, and sincerity to all you believers out there who believe on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. Now, I just want to go into a lesson, as I was reading this morning, something I was meditating about, through the spirit, but it's that, we waiting for our hell to break loose in America and across the four corners, because we know that's signs that our salvation is near, man. Like the scripture says, nearer than when we believe. You see, Yahweh Shai gave us signs to look for, right? And we ready for Jacob's trouble to break loose, to see these proud people humbled, these women, they gonna have to go through the judgment. We ready to see the world go through the judgment that the Lord have already foretold, man, in the scriptures, you see. And that's when Jacob's trouble, that our temptation, tribulation, gonna break out across the four corners, mainly in America. But what I was touching on as I was meditating on that is that when Jacob's trouble happened, that's not the end. You see, although we waiting on that to see the society break down, the real life purge, we waiting on those things, but that's not the end, meaning that's not our rest. Just because our hell breaking loose, that don't mean we saved. That don't mean we made it. Just because, we in the truth now. We might be going on the highways, hedges, you doing your lessons, you believing. You see, you still praying and you getting into the scriptures. When Jacob's trouble, what we doing now give us confidence and giving us that training that we gonna need when Jacob's trouble happen. You see? But ultimately, when Jacob's trouble hit, that's not the end for us. We still gonna be tested. You see? We still gonna have to fight. The fight ain't gonna be over just because all hell breaking loose. The fight ain't gonna be over. That's gonna be the time when we gonna have to apply everything that we have been learning now. You see, we still gonna be tested. How about this? Tested way more than we been tested now. You see, that's gonna be the time when only the strong survive, man. That's gonna be the time where a lot of people who in the truth, right? While everything, you still going stores, all you gotta do is wear your mask. And in that time, it's gonna be shown who are the Lord chosen, man. A lot of people gonna be sifted in that time. So just because you make it to Jacob's trouble don't mean that's the end. But the ultimate end is when we get on that chariot with Yahweh Shai. That's the ultimate end, man. You see, that's the ultimate end. Now, although, I'm going to get into the scripture, but although, like I said, we all looking for Jacob's trouble to all hell break loose, man, because we know that's right before the coming of our Lord. But ultimately, the coming of our Lord is the ultimate end, man. When we on those chariots, that's when we can finally get our rest. That's when we can finally rejoice, man. You see, although it said Jacob's trouble, we going to be merry and have abundance, but we still got to endure until the very, very end. And I also want to get an example of that, man. You see in the scriptures how somebody, they made it to the end, right? They got outside of the danger, but didn't endure until that very end and was still taken away and destroyed, man. You see, so that's for us. That's our Jacob's trouble period. But let me grab this real quick. This is Matthew, and Lord willing, this lesson be edifying, man. This is Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at 14. Matthew 24 and 14, it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom," and it's talking about a specific gospel, this gospel. And it say these gospels, plural, it said this gospel, only one doctrine, man. And that's the doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, whom we have been teaching by way of our apostles, man, the Great Millstone and the elders. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." And we see we approaching that end right now, man. Because this word have gone forth to the four corners, man. Matter of fact, let me grab a quick precept. And we are not saved. Although the gospel went to the four corners, and it's a sign of the end, right? But this is Jeremiah 8 and 20. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and that's the spirit. We're just leaving out, the summer. And it says, and we are not saved. Although the end is here, we still not saved though, man. It's still work we gotta do. You see, so just because we believing in the truth now. We make it to Jacob's trouble believing in the truth. You can't say, I'm good, now I'm kicked back, I'm of the elect, because I was believing in the truth all the way up to destruction. Because when we get here, the Lord said we're going to be taken care of. No. We still going to have to apply things that we have been taught, man. Work still got to be done. You see? So we still ain't go better just let our hair down and be comfortable, you know? The Lord said we got to watch to the end. He said, watch for his coming, man. So you be not caught off guard. So through Jacob, you going to have to watch through Jacob's trouble to see when the Lord come. We're going to have to be on our P's and Q's all the way and put up until the second coming of the Lord, man. Remember, Yahweh didn't say it is finished until it was literally finished, until he got to the end. Apostle Paul didn't say, I fought a good fight and I kept the faith, right? Until the end, man, until the end of his lot, man. The same thing for us. Just because when Jacob's trouble, tribulation come, don't mean we saved. No, we still gonna have to go through things. We still gonna be put in situations of our faith being tested, man, by the Lord. You see, our integrity still gonna be tested, man. Right? So just because Jacob's trouble pop off, which again, we all looking forward to that, man. We all looking forward to see the judgment of the wicked, man. You see, because why? And another thing, we trust in the scriptures that the Lord said in a time of famine, his servants gonna eat, but the other people gonna be hungry. You see, so that give us comfort and confidence going into that time, but we don't know how we gonna eat though. You see, you know, as the Lord said, some of us gonna be thrown into jail, but keep patience. Shall have tribulation, and he shall give us a crown of life, but we don't know how that's gonna happen. The point is, we still gonna have to go through it. Some people gonna pass, some people gonna fail. You know, but let me snag this. This is Luke 17. I want to get that example of enduring, but not all the way to the end, man. But real quick, this is Luke 17, and it's straight to the point. In 32, it says, remember Lot's wife. And that's the example I want to get. Lot's wife, man. You see, in Sodom and Gomorrah, when it came down for Sodom and Gomorrah to be judged for the wickedness, right, that have reached unto heaven, the Lord sent angels to go save Lot and his family. Right now, Lot's wife was a part of that. The angel literally took her out the city. We're going to read it. Took her out the city, but guess what? She didn't follow what she was taught or what she was told all the way into the end. The same thing for us. Don't the scripture says continue? Let's get that. Let's get that. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 14. It says, but continue in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of. So even when Jacob's trouble come, we still gonna have to apply the things that we've been taught. We still gonna have to go through situations that we've been getting our mind right for, preparing ourselves. Prepare, you see? So we're gonna have to actually apply what we've been learning, man. You know, faith gonna have to be an action in that day, man. Right? But let's get that example though of Lot's wife. This is Genesis 19, and I'm gonna start at 1. Now I ain't gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna just, hop around for time's sake, but it's Genesis 19 and 1. It says, and there came 2 angels to Sodom even at even. And what's the spiritual Sodom today, according to Revelation 11 and 8, that great city, right, which is America, is spiritually Sodom, man. You see, follow the same ways, custom, pro-LGBTQ in America, just as it was Sodom, man. Right? It says, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Now, the reason the angels came, because the Lord said Sodom's sins have reached unto heaven, and he will go down now to see whether it's been done according to the cry thereof. So he sent his angels down to check so they can come back and give him the report. Now, that's why we seeing so many chariot sightings in America, man, because the Most High is sending his angels down before destruction to give that last account on whether it is as he suspected to be. Of course, he know anyway, but he just want that last, you feel me? Right? Confirmation, in other words, man. It says, and behold, now my lords, turn in, and I pray you. This is Lot speaking to the angels. It says, I pray you, into your servant's house and tarry all night and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the streets all night, because they was checking. They was looking for the wickedness. They was searching Sodom with candlesticks, man. You see? It says, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him and entered into his house, right? And he made them a feast. It says he made them a feast and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of Sodom, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom compassed the house round about both old and young, and the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. Now, of course, Sodom was known for its what? Homosexuality. Now, these was the men of Sodom, young and old. They seen the angels go into Lot's house. Now, they could be disguised as men. As many, Raphael, for example, in the book of Tobit. Tobit and Tobias didn't know that Raphael was an angel because he disguised himself as an actual man. Same thing here. They thought they was men, right? And it says so that we can know them. In other words, so that we can penetrate these men. Homosexuality, man. It says, and Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door. And he said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Tell you they weren't trying to know him like, hey, what's your name? What's your favorite color? Where you from? No, that's not wicked. But getting to know him as far as a sodomitish act, man. It says, be now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye unto them as is good in your eyes. Only to these men do nothing, for there came they under the shadow of my roof. And this is the angels. He was talking about, look, I'm gonna give you my daughters. You can have my daughters, do what you want to my daughters, but don't touch these men. Now I'm gonna jump down and get straight to the point, right? And verse 12, and the men, and this is the angels talking to Lot, and the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and sons and thy daughters? And whatsoever thou hast in this city, bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh have sent us to destroy it. You see that? So the angels told Lot, look, man, hurry up and get out of this city. Whatever you have, your sons, daughters, sons-in-laws, whatever you got, hurry up and get it out of the city, because the Lord Yahweh sent us to destroy this place. Going back to why we see so many chariot signs. The Lord is sending these angels because they soon going to destroy this place, man. But let's get to the point. It says, and Yahweh have sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-laws, which married his daughters, and said, up, get ye out of this place, for Yahweh will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-laws, just as the prophets today. We telling our people, man, look, destruction is coming. Jacob's trouble is coming. The end is coming, man. But we seem as people that mocked unto them. We looked at as foolish and stupid, right? Like we don't know nothing. They take us as a game. Like I said, we are a spectacle unto the world. They look at us as entertainment, whether it's on YouTube or in person, man. They don't take us serious. The same thing Lot's sons-in-laws was doing, although he was telling the truth. It says, and when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife. Ooh, the morning. Hey, because the night is far spent. You see, the day is at hand, man. The day is when Yahweh Shai coming back. It says, and when the morning rose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here. Thy wife and 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Like it said in Revelations 18:4. Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her plagues, man. You see? And be consumed with the iniquity of the city. The same thing here. It says, and while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand. Listen to this. Listen to this. So he was taking long, so the angels had to actually grab him and his family and bring them out of the city. This is divine intervention right here. And his wife was a part of this. But it's something that she didn't do. She didn't continue in the things which she have learned all the way into the end. Although she came out of the city, right? That don't mean she endured all the way to the end, just like us. Don't it says, deliver our soul? In Jeremiah 51, flee ye out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. We come out of the ways of this system, man. We come out of the philosophies and beliefs of America, the customs of America. And coming back to you, how about Shema Shah? But just because you delivering your soul, don't mean you always gonna make it to the end. You got people who believe in the truth now, but once they catch a little hair, they fall. They bend and fold, man. You see, once it's time for them to either separate from their family or lose their job, they might bend a fold, man. Like it says in 1 Corinthians 3, that fire gonna try each man and according to what work he is, man, what you made of. Right? But let's read it again. Genesis 19:16. And while he lingered, the men laid upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife. She was included in this. And upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, and Yahweh being merciful unto them. She was even in that small number of Lot and his 2 daughters. The wife, she had mercy bestowed upon her, man. Come on. The Lord bestowed mercy. It says, and Yahweh being merciful unto them, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. Brought them out of the city that was about to be destroyed. But listen to this. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, this is the angel, escape for thy life. Look not behind thee. This is commandments, man. This is commandments right here. Escape for your life, flee, go be pilgrims, right? And look not behind thee. Neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. So if you look back, you're going to be consumed. If you stay in the plain, you're going to be consumed, right? It says, and Lot said unto them, O not so, my Lord. Behold, now thy servant has found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountains, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, see, I have accepted thee concerning this, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou come thither. And that's a sign for us too. Remember in Revelation 7, it says that the angels holding back the destruction, that destroying wind, to the servants of the Lord be sealed be sealed, man. Right? So the destruction can't come until all the elect be sealed. The same thing here. The angels couldn't destroy Sodom and Gomorrah in the plains until Lot, which is of the elect, was out of there, which is escape, man. The same thing for us. It says, therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. Listen to this. We get to the point. Because remember, what I'm getting to is, you can get to the end. Jacob's trouble for us is the end. That's the sign. That's the ultimate sign of the end. You can get to the end, but Jacob's trouble is not the end. That's just the beginning. That's the start of when we're going to be super tested, man. The end is when we get to those chariots ultimately. But let's get in this example of Lot's wife getting to the end. She had mercy bestowed upon her, brought out of the city, but she didn't go through that finish line, man. She's celebrating with the ball, running to the touchdown, celebrating somebody can't hit the ball out of her hand on the 1 yard line. You know, this is what happened. It said the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered Zoar. Then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. She didn't make it. Although she was brought out the city by angels, although she participated in that divine intervention, although she participated in the mercy of the Lord, she didn't make it all the way into the end. She got to the surroundings of the end, you know. She got to the beginning of the end, but she didn't go through that tape. She didn't finish, man. You see? She let up at the end, and she looked back. Why? Because she wasn't all the way unplugged from Sodom. Remember, Lot was a wealthy man. His family was wealthy. Abraham gave him half. So they had all their riches, they cattle, they gold, so on and so forth inside them. So when they left their riches and their old life that they had when they had a status behind, and she couldn't let that go. So she looked back. You see, she still has some care inside them, and because of that, she was destroyed, man. So if you don't fully attach right now in Babylon the Great America, when all hell breaks loose and you miss Babylon, you miss your old life, you miss getting on Instagram and TikTok, you see, you miss happy hour, right? You miss going out, you're going to look back. You see, you ain't going to want to leave this current world, and you're going to have to be destroyed, man. And I wanted to get that example to show you can get until the end. You can have mercy bestowed upon you by getting this truth, by getting the insight that America about to be destroyed, right? You can get the divine intervention. Judas is of the 12 disciples, man, turned apostles, right? So Judas was walking with Yahweh. He was getting the breakdowns. You see, he was, remember in Matthew 10 it says, and he sent the 12 to go heal the sick, right? Cleanse the lepers, preach the kingdom of heaven. Judas was in that number. Come on, man, but he didn't endure to the end, man. One of the walking with the top men, he didn't endure unto the end. It's that serious. So just when Jacob's trouble pop off and you had this truth going into the Jacob's trouble, you still gonna have to apply the truth. The end don't come till Yahweh Shai come, man. Let me get this, 2 Ezra 6. And Lord willing, it's making sense, man. Like I said, I was reading earlier, you know, and going through some precepts, man, you know, through the spirit, this thought popped to my head. This thought, I mean, not thought, the end don't come till you literally standing in the chariot with your new body. With your new body. When you literally saved up out of here, man. That's the ultimate end, man. You know, not a second before, right? Not a minute before. No, that's the end, right? But we're going to continue to go into some more, because let me snag this real quick. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 18. It says, and it said, behold. Now this is the Lord speaking to Ezra. It says, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh. Who is coming? The second coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. So the days are coming when he will begin to draw nigh. When that judgment go forth from the Lord. It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them. Let's go into that word. In inquisition, quick definition: a period of prolonged and intense questioning or investigation. He's searching with candlesticks and go reward every man according to his work, whether it be good or evil. Everybody gonna have to be judged according to the life you lived on earth, man. It says, and when I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. And the affliction of Zion, we come into that time and it's almost fulfilled. The last affliction we're going to have to go through is Jacob's trouble, man. The last affliction of the nation of Israel. You see? So this is talking about the end. It says, and when the world that shall be begin to vanish away, shall be finished. Talking about this current rulership, which is the world of Esau, like it said in this same verse, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Talking about the end of this white man rulership, the end of the Edomites rulership. So it's going to give us a sign to tell us when we at the end. Salakia. Right? It says, and when the world that shall be, Salakia, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. So when Esau's world is close to being finished, it says, then will I show these tokens. This is a sign that his word is finished. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. What's the books being opened? It's truth coming out, man. By way of the internet, you see, being shot to the four corners, the elect seeing all together, and these heathens and 2/3 sinners bring out the word, man. You see? But the books are open. This truth is being brought out, man. In the end, what we started off with, Matthew 24 and 14. When this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, then shall the end come. Well, this gospel is being preached, is being across the four corners. Well, guess what? That's a sign of Esau end, because we prophesying the downfall of the Edomites, man. right? It says, verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, going into that famine. Now we get into Jacob's trouble. These are things we gonna still have to endure through, man. The word being brought out brings the end, but that's just the beginning of it. You see? That's just the beginning stages of the end, this word being brought out. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which then every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. These prophecies coming to pass, man. Right? It says, listen to this. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Jacob's trouble. You see? When iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, as it is written in Matthew 24, out of the mouth of Yahushua. This world is going to get super grimy out here, man. You see? People gonna be in a situation they never been put in before. No money, no food, struggling, no job. You can't get work, so you can't get money. Evictions. People gonna wax cold out here. So if man's gonna come to the time you pulling up to your house or your apartment with groceries, your neighbors looking out to see, okay, this nigga bringing water in the house. We ain't got no water up here. We're gonna take his water tonight. He bringing food in the house, man. It's gonna get to that time. The same person you walk out, hey neighbor, how you doing? Bringing the trash out, checking the mail. That's that same one you gonna go to war with in that day, man. Jacob's trouble. And all this, we about to go into some things now that we still gonna have to endure through. Yeah, we waiting on Jacob's trouble. That's a major sign of the end, but we still gotta get through that point in order to be at the end and be saved, man. If it makes sense, Lord willing, it's making sense, you know. So let's go through some things that we're going to have to remain through and keep our integrity through before the end even come. And then we'll get to what's the end. Yahushua being on the chariot with the Lord, man. It says, Salaki for the rambling. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Listen to this. And whosoever remain from all these that I have told thee. So if we remain from all these things we've been reading, matter of fact, let's take a quick detour. Let's take a quick detour and go to another scripture to read some of those things we're going to have to remain through, man, before the end comes. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world, and woe means destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Guns. What's the modern day sword? Guns. Whatever type of weapon you can use, that's an example of a sword. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Like you just had them 13 Edomites got arrested for, I believe, plotting to kidnap the governor or mayor of Michigan, I believe. Salakia, if I'm wrong about the location, you know, Baba Kashah put in the comment section if I'm wrong, but they plotted. The point is, it's going to come to these times when they ain't going to get caught or thrown in jail for that. Anything going to go. Whatever the citizens of America, right, the pedestrians want to do, they going to do. The authority ain't going to have no power over them no more. Because the police in that, they going to be trying to save their own lives, man. You see, the mayors and governors, right, the authority in that, they going to be trying to save their own family and their own lives. They ain't going to have no time to put somebody in jail. The security guards in jail, the guards ain't going to have no time to watch over the prisons. You see? So whatever happens goes in that day, the ultimate purge, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law. The city's going to be locked down. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. If men afraid, what women going to be, man? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. These are the things that we still going to have to endure through, man. Remember, Amos said what? Let me snag it. I'm going to go back to that 2nd Esdras, man. It's going to be hell every which way you go. We ain't going to get we ain't getting a, you know, the golden ticket to the, like Willy Wonka and them, to the chocolate factory before we get on the chariot, man. No, that's what's gonna make the story that much more intense, man. You see, when you watching a movie and you ready to see what happens next, you on the edge of your seat, you into it, like, what's gonna happen next? What is the story of the Lord, man? That's what makes it more exciting. We don't know who the elect, you feel me, until the end. We don't know who the elect until the end, so the elect gonna have to be going through these things along with the people in the world, man. Along with the people in the world. You see, this is how it's gonna be real quick. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and the bear made him. You run from one tribulation, somebody try to eat you, because cannibalism go be going on, eat you and your family. You run from that, you run somewhere else. Now you got a whole militia chasing after you and your family, man. You flee from a bear, came into the face of a lion. It says, or went into the house and leaned his hand upon the wall, and a serpent bit him. You run from that militia. Now you think you hiding out, right? And you have something else beholding you, man. You see? So in that day, there's gonna be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, man. We all gonna have to go through it though. That's the point I'm getting at. So that's not the end. Jacob's trouble ain't the end. We still got to endure through that. And while we fleeing from a bear, fleeing from a lion, fleeing from a snake, fleeing from Esau coming in like a flood, we still going to have to apply the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we have been learning now. Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. This word is going to keep us stable in that time, man. You can't just throw it out the door and you get hungry and like, damn, fuck, I'm hungry. I see my daughter ribs, she ain't eat. My wife hungry. You see? Crying, damn near death. Look, let me go take this chip because they're hungry. Let's go to FEMA. No, you still got to apply the laws. Romans 15:4, the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. Think about the accounts the Lord saved men out of. We have these accounts now all for the end, so we can have hope in the end that these same things that we see the men of the Lord, women of the Lord, Israelites get delivered from, we can be delivered from them too, man. All these things that we stored up now, the treasures in heaven, is going to have to show in Jacob's trouble, man. Faith going to have to be an action word, man, in that day. Faith going to have to be applied, man. Like the brother Bakwashi, he be going into applied faith. Abraham, how he showed he had faith. He was willing to go out there and sacrifice Isaac, man. You see? But, yeah, it says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very darkness and no brightness in it, man. But let's go back to that second Esdras. Because it said we're going to have to remain and endure through all these things we just read. And if we do that, then the end is, it says, 2 Esdras 6:25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, man. So we remain through all these things that we read of that's going to be happening in Jacob's trouble. Then, after the fact, then shall we escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, the end of this current system, man. We're going to see the salvation after we go through Jacob's trouble, not when it starts. We ain't saved yet. Again, what it said right here, what it said about the harvest is past, and Jeremiah 8:20, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. We ain't gonna get saved yet until we saved out of Jacob's trouble, man. Right? But because this is something we gotta go through too, real quick, and I'm gonna wind it down. I don't want to make it too long. You know, this Revelation 3, we gotta go through this too. Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, because you endured with this truth, believing in this truth, keeping your integrity, right? Applying the word, even through suffering, because patience going to suffering. Jacob's trouble, we all going to suffer. But because we have kept the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding during Jacob's trouble, doing what we going through now through our affliction, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. If we continue in the things which we have learned, even through our suffering, the Lord going to keep us from the hour of temptation. What's that hour of temptation? When the whole world be tried by taking a mark of the beast. You see? Don't it say in Revelation 13, he causeth all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Everybody gonna be put in a situation where the so-called white man and Edomites, this beast system, gonna cause you to take the mark of the system, which is the mark of the beast, man. Right? You see? Everybody gonna have to go through this. We still gonna have to go through the hour of temptation in Jacob's trouble. So we ain't all the way saved. It's another example. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. We gotta suffer. Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to Salakia. Continuing the faith that we do much pay. Salakia. I won't mess it up. Let me get it real quick. To prove, we're going to have to go through some things, man, before we saved up out of here. This Acts 14 and 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue. Like Lot's wife, she had to continue. She didn't, man. And we've been saying continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, not a little. Now you might have through a little tribulation. No, we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. You see that? And that much tribulation is ultimate. The ultimate tribulation is that Jacob's trouble period. You see? But this Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, Esau, right, shall cast some of you into prison, because a man underground in a red silk, leather suit with a tail and a pitchfork ain't throwing nobody in the prison. That's talking about the white man, his physical counterpart. According to 2 Thessalonians 2, right? It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. We're going to be tried in Jacob's trouble. But it says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, any amount of time. It's the point. But be thou faithful unto the end, and I will give thee a crown of life. But we have to be thou. Woo, hold on. I won't skip over that. Because it says, be thou faithful until when? Until when? It says, for behold, for none of those things which thou shalt suffer, Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death, unto the end, and I will give thee a crown of life. We got to be faithful and keep this truth unto the end, man, unto death. And then we going to get that crown of life, and then we going to get rewarded, man. You see, like it says in 2 Ezra 6, when the enemy come in like a flood, you see? When the enemy come in like a flood, we got to keep what we have been taught, man. But this is the ultimate end. You see, that's pretty much the point on that. We're going to have to go through it, right? We're going to have to go through it. But let me snag this to show you when will be our final rest. When will be our comfort, man. Because we just pilgrims. It said in 2 Ezra, what that is, 15 and 40, right? We pilgrims. We just moving around. This is not our rest, according to what that is, Haggai. But our rest gonna come when Yahweh Shai come, man. That's the end for us. That's when you go, wipe the sweat off your head. I'm good. Take that deep breath, that sigh of relief when you own the chariot, man. That's the end. Let me snag this, man. It's 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. It says, then cometh the end. So this is the end. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 23. 1 Corinthians 15 and 23. It says, but every man in his own order, Mashiach, the first fruits, afterward, they that are Mashiachs at his coming. So this talking about the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Every man will be saved in his order, man. But it says next, then cometh the end. So this is the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. The end don't come till Yahweh Shai come. You see that? The end, Jacob's trouble is before the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. You see? So the end come when you literally get on a chariot with Yahweh Shai. Because remember, hey, it says, if the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Right? If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, it's literally gonna come down to the last seconds that we're gonna have to keep our faith, man. But we can let off that sigh of relief once we own a chariot and a new bodies, rejoicing, man. Rejoicing, man. Let's get this. This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and straight to the point, 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Mashiach shall rise first, every man in his order, right? Then we which are alive and remain through what? Through the things that we've been reading about. Remain through Jacob's trouble, man, through the said perils. And remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, and the UFOs that this world call, but the chariots of Israel beamed up into those chariots, right? Shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. That's our true comfort, man. That's our ultimate rest. This is the end right here, man. When we with Yahweh Shai, man. You see? When we with Yahweh Shai in person and finally seeing how the Lord look, man, finally being with the Lord. This is the ultimate end, being saved from Jacob's trouble, man. You see? Not just because we made it to Jacob's trouble, looking at the end, no. Being saved out of Jacob's trouble, enduring through the end, man. Going back, remember Lot's wife, man. You see? Remember Lot's wife. Let me grab another one. This is, let me see real quick. 2nd Ezra 2. And 34. It says, and therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen. Now, is this talking to actual heathens? No. It's talking to the Israelites who will scatter us, right? Us today. Us being the ones who, like it said, in a place where it said unto them, you are not the children of the Most High, there it shall be said unto them, you are the children of the Most High, man. Before we found out and came back to us being Israelites, we thought we was heathens. We was living like heathens, man. Right? Those of you who are sometimes afar off, we was made nigh by the blood of Yahweh Shai. Right? So this is talking to the Israelites. It says, and therefore I say unto you, and more specifically, the elect. It said, it's going to prove it. O ye heathen that hear and understand. Only elect understand Romans, right? Israel have not, I got to get it real quick, man. That which is secret. Oh, Israel have not, damn, let me see. But, I don't get off topic. But the elect have obtained and wrestled blinded. This proof is talking about the elect. Romans 11 and 7. What then? Right? Israel have not obtained what is that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it and the rest were blinded. So this talking about the elect, because it says, hear ye heathen that, therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen that hear and understand. Only elect gonna understand. It says, look for your shepherd. He's talking about Yahweh Shai. Look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, right? For he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world, man. Come on. We were just reading about then come of the end. Yahweh Shai coming was telling us to look for our shepherd, Yahweh Shai, that shall come in the end of the world. This is the end. It says, be ready to the reward of the kingdom, for the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. It says, oh, receive the gift that is given you and be glad, giving thanks unto him that called you to the heavenly kingdom. Arise and stand. Now, this is happening in the chariot. This is happening in Yahweh Shai fathership, man. When it said in 1 Thessalonians, what we just got, we're going to meet the Lord in the air. Well, once we meet the Lord, this was going to be happening, man. Right? This is the wedding feast right here. This is the wedding feast, man. When Yahweh Shai is joined back to his elect, it says, arise and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord, man, those white garments. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those that be clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Clothed in truth, man. Clothed in righteousness, man. Pure and perfect, chaste virgins. You see? It says the number of the children whom thou longest for since the beginning of the world, those same ones the Lord chose before the foundations of the world, the same ones who are going to be rewarded in the end. It says, it's fulfilled, beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. Can't make it up, man. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. The songs of Moses. Remember it said in Revelation 15, I believe, or 16, that when we stand upon a sea of glass, mingled with fire, looking down on the destruction of America, what we go be singing? The songs of Moses. This is happening right here. This is what Ezra seen in 2nd Ezra 2, man. The same thing that John seen in Revelation, man. The elect in the chariot with Yahushua looking down on the destruction, after the destruction, because they were saved from it, man. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, starting with 144,000, and then a great multitude, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, nor are they crowned and received palms, received the victory. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms? Who is it that's giving them crowns on their heads? Who is it that got them the victory, right? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High. It was Yahushua. Yahushua will be the one crowning us. That's why it says we're going to meet the Lord in the air. This is what's going to be taking place, man. It says, he answered me and said, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Come on, man. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahweh thy power thou hast seen, man. You see, and this is what we have to look forward to. But in order to get through Jacob's trouble, right? In order to receive this, we're going to have to get through Jacob's trouble, man. You see, like it said about Yahushua in Hebrews 12:2. For the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross and despised the shame. You know, for the kingdom of heaven, which Yahushua knew what he was about to receive, that made his affliction a little more lighter to know he was going to receive a greater reward, man. The same thing for us. The sufferings of our present time, as is written in Romans, are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, man. You see? But I'm going to end it off with this. You know, because this is the end when Yahushua gathered the elect into the chariots, man. Revelation 7:13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? Whence came they? Who was these? This is in the chariot where we just read in Esdras, those that elect who was in the glorious garments and white robes. So John asking the same thing, who are these? Because remember, you go up, it said 144,000 from each tribe, and then a great multitude. The Israelites who believed on the 144,000 prophets' word, man. So these are they. It says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are waiting? Salak, this is the angel said, asking that to John, Salak. What are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said, so Ezra like, I don't know. I mean, John was like, I don't know. You know. So it says, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, came out of Jacob's trouble, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of the Most High, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat, for the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne, Yahushua, who is this that is more exalted than all of them that stand in the midst of them, crowning them, right? This is the same thing we reading. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto the living fountains of water, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. This is the end. When we on the chariot with Yahushua, man. You know, so going back to, yes, we're looking for the time of Jacob's trouble, but we still gonna have to apply what we've been taught and what we've been learning, right? The things that was written aforetime throughout Jacob's trouble to be saved through that and to get to the ultimate end, which is the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and you believers out there also who believe on the gospel. And with that, shalom.